Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, today's video I want to talk about is the Bank of England killing buy-to-let and property investing. So stick around to the end, make sure that you comment, subscribe and like all my videos because we want to take this channel even further forward. We've currently got 3,000 of you beautiful people that have subscribed and we are getting 50,000 views per day. Now our next goal is 5,000 subscribers and 100,000 views every single month, sorry, not day for views. So do help us along on that journey by taking that finger of power, smashing that subscribe button over there and hitting the bell notification, like the video and comment with any questions. Now, I'm currently in Bangkok here in Thailand. Just been at a marketing conference because I'm always wanting to learn new skills and stuff like that to up level that I can use in my businesses. And while I was here, I've been reading some articles and seeing a lot of people talking about the doom and gloom in the buy-to-let market. And a lot of people are blaming the Bank of England. So let's talk about that and say, decide, is the Bank of England actually on our side? Well, it doesn't really feel like it, if I'm honest, at the moment. You see, the Bank of England are raising rates at a rapid pace, and the reason they're doing that is obviously to counter inflation. And so inflation is running in the UK at 11% now, which is crazy. It's probably higher than that in real world terms. And so one mechanism that the Bank of England has to reduce that inflation is to interest rate hikes. And so the rates at the moment are around 3%, and we know that they're going to keep going up. Now, one Bank of England governor did say on the weekend that potentially, if needed, the bank would do whatever it takes, and that would possibly include rate drops. So that's something that we also might come across in 2023. But for the short term, it's looking like more likely that the rates are just going to continue to rise. Now, why this hits buy-to-let landlords very hard, and maybe harder than a residential property owner, is because we pay interest only. You see, if we were to buy a property and get a mortgage on it, and that mortgage had a 1% interest rate, let's just say the payment was £100 per month, then the rates went to 2%, now we're suddenly paying £200 a month. So our payments have actually doubled. Now, what happens if that goes to 7%? Now our payments have gone up 7 times, which doesn't quite happen like that on the residential market, because on a residential, you're paying the capital down as well. So part of your payment is interest, and part of it is the capital payment that's actually decreasing the debt that you owe. And so that's really, really hitting us as landlords. Now, it's a tough one because the Bank of England has to get this inflation under control. That's their primary goal, not to look after buy-to-let investors. But it is hitting us hard. And a lot of landlords are actually leaving the market at the moment. And the reason for that is a number of things. One is these interest rate hikes. They're not great for anybody. So there are landlords that are leaving the market because of that. There are also landlords more leaving the market because of something called Section 24, and that's the tax on properties that you own in your personal name. It's not very efficient to own property in your personal name. So what do I think about this? Well, I think that just a standard buy-to-let in 2023 is going to be tough. Now, does that mean that I won't be investing? No. It just means that you need to do investments that give more cash flow. For example, doing a property that you could turn into an HMO, a house of multiple occupancy. That's going to give you more rent and more income for that property, and that will mean that when the rates rise and you get hit by that, it's not going to be quite as bad for you in that instance. Or you could run your property as a service accommodation, couldn't you? So you could pay your mortgage, and then obviously you could be renting it out on Airbnb. You need to get obviously approval for that from the mortgage provider before you go ahead and do that, but that's another strategy that's higher cash flow than just a standard buy-to-let. There are other strategies that will work regardless of what the Bank of England do. For example, the buy, refurbish, refinance strategy, which is one that I like to do, and that's where you buy a property, you renovate it, fix it up, make it all nice, and then you refinance it, and hopefully by doing that you've built some equity into the property, and you'd be able to achieve more rent than what you initially purchased it for. So I bought a property with my daughter Georgia in Doncaster. We paid £60,000. The house was an absolute hellhole when we got it. We needed a new kitchen, a new bathroom, gardens done, decorating, plastering, basically everything needed to be done in that property. Now, in that area, there are some landlords that would have rented it out as it was, and like we could have got a mortgage on that, and we probably would have achieved around £400 as the rent in the grotty way that it was. But because we did it up, our mortgage payment stays the same, really, doesn't it? If we had a mortgage on it, we bought cash, but if we didn't have a mortgage on it, it would have stayed the same. But by doing it up and adding value, we were able to get 575 rent. And you know what? I think we should have actually put it on for a higher rent, because it rented out in 4 hours, which was insane. The estate agent just had loads of people calling up and people putting holding deposits down before they'd even viewed the property. That's how hot the rental market is at the moment. So there are those kind of strategies that are really going to make a difference. And you can obviously go and buy from places where the prices are a little cheaper. Now, in 2020 and 2021, auctions weren't great. They really weren't great. They were quite expensive. We got a good deal at our auction, but a lot of properties we passed on. We were looking for a while before we found the one that we wanted in the Doncaster area. But what I've looked at recently is newer auctions now. The prices are more realistic to where the market sits at the moment. So you can grab a deal on that, and so the actual property will cost you considerably less. And so, yes, you might be paying more monthly, but the property you've got that a little lower, and you can add some value to that, and that's really going to help with your cash flow. So, yeah, it is going to be a tough year, 2023. But 2008 was tough, 2009 was tough, 2010 was tough, and that's when property investors made more money than at any other time in recent memory. And that's when you need to be buying properties. When others are being cautious, you need to be greedy, as Warren Buffett would say. And so that's my feelings on it. I think there is going to be some good opportunities. There's going to be tons of landlords that just want to get out of the market because of Section 24. You can buy those properties from those landlords, invest through a limited company, which we've actually done a ton of videos on this channel about already. Then you are investing in a tax efficient way. Yes, corporation tax is going up, but you're only paying corporation tax on your profits, right? There's a lot of stuff that you can write off through a business that you'll need to run your property business, like a laptop, a phone, mileage on your car, these sorts of things that you might use, which will reduce your personal expenses. And so you put those inside the business, and that's a way more efficient way to do it. So I think interest rates are going to keep going up, but I also think that in 2023 potentially we will see the peak of the interest rates, and depending on how big the recession is, that the interest rates might have already started to drop by the end of 2023, which is a good thing as well. And we've done some videos on that recently. You can, if you're coming off a deal at the moment and you don't want to put yourself on a high rate, I'm not a mortgage advisor, you need to get advice on this, but the variable rates aren't too bad at the moment. There's some pretty good deals on the variable rate, so do go and check those out, because a variable rate mortgage might actually work better for you. Normally we wouldn't have that. So that's it. I think, yeah, Bank of England, they're not helping us out. We can help ourselves out. We can do different strategies that give us better cash flow. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do comment below. I know some of you like to comment on all the videos, so thank you for that. Do subscribe to the channel, guys, and hit the bell. We're trying to get ourselves to 5,000 subscribers, as I said, and give us a quick like on the video. Check out all the other content on the channel, including this video right here. Bye for now.